All right, welcome to another episode of the Strange Motion Way podcast. Tonight, I am going to be the hostess with the mostest, and my first husband, Tim, is going to join as my co-host, right?
You're only going to have one husband, because even if you get tired of me, nobody else is going to put up with your crap.
Yeah, I'm too old to start over.
Yeah, she says that. It's not a compliment.
All right, tonight we are shifting gears a little bit and welcoming someone who's been behind the scenes keeping our car culture alive and thriving. Betsy Bennett isn't just the name you've heard once. She's the kind of person whose fingerprints are on so many things we love about this industry. From campaigning events to making sure the history and the people behind the cars get the recognition they deserve. Betsy has spent years helping and preserve the passion we all share. We're excited to hear her story, her preservation, and what keeps her driving forward. Please welcome to the Strange Motion Way podcast, Betsy Bennett.
Hi, guys.
Welcome, Betsy.
Thank you. Thank you.
She did that with ChatGPT.
So?
I know. Well, I mean, ChatGPT is amazing.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
I do have so many wonderful things to say about Betsy, and I couldn't say it all at the beginning because it's not going to be the whole podcast of me talking. So, anyway.
And this is a weird podcast because you work with her.
Yep.
You're on calls with her almost every day.
Poor Betsy.
Yeah.
But I knew her before you knew her.
Well, we both
about the same time. But
yeah. We've known her for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
I never really worked with her. We'll get to where she was at that time, but she was around a lot and would come where I was. So So let's go back to little Betsy in school. We like to get high school stories.
High school stories. Oh.
Yes. Goodness. So you grew up around Indianapolis, correct?
Yeah, I was born in Indy and then grew up in Brownsburg and then eventually ended up in Greencastle, which is like 40 minutes from Indy. So yeah, I was always around kind of the car thing. My dad loved racing, and that was, I was one of 6 kids. There's 5 girls, 1 boy, and I was the one who loved it. So whenever I got the chance, I went with him to the track. In high school, my whole thing in high school was musical theater. I did a lot of theater, a lot of performing, a lot of singing. I know. Carrie's heard my singing on Megatron before, testing out the sound.
Why doesn't she sing the national anthem at some of these events?
I know, she needs to. She needs to. I wasn't there. I didn't get to witness it firsthand, but I got the video of it. Power Tour. Yep. Her first Power Tour with us on our side. She got up on Megatron and just started singing.
What'd she sing?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, telling me how to play, and he's like, I can't tell if this is working. I said, give me the microphone, I'll tell you. Yeah.
And I have the video. Yeah. It's amazing. She is a very good singer.
So you're a theater nerd in high school, is what you just said, right?
I was.
So I guess I'm gonna take your question. So what kind of a student was Betsy? Other than being that, were you a good student or were you like a solid C average?
I was a good A student, few B's here and there. My dad was really like, Dad, don't come home with a C. We don't want to talk about that. So I was always really, I wouldn't say I studied super hard. I did well in school. Studying for me was kind of a disconnect, I think. I think my twin sister was better at that part than I was. She was the really good rule follower, and I was always the little more creative one. Like, do I have to study? Can I just go perform and sing and do something else more fun? I wasn't into I went to a lot of sporting events. I wasn't an athlete. No, anyone who knows me knows that I'm not an athlete. So singing, performing kind of was my jam.
How big was your school you went to?
You know what? Greencastle High School was not very big. I think my graduating class was maybe 200.
Oh, that's big.
That's huge.
We both had 30 something.
Oh gosh, no. It seemed small to me. But
we had less at the school that I went to. We had less than 200 kids, grades 7 through 12. Junior high and high school, we had less than 200 kids.
Okay. No, mine was a little bit bigger, but not
so
much.
So did you have a job while you were in high school?
I did. When I was in high school, I had several. So I was a lifeguard. I worked at a movie theater running concessions, which I loved because you could see all the movies for free and then take home the popcorn at night. And then when I got into, I think it was my senior year, I just wrote a letter to the president of the bank and said I wanted to learn to be a bank teller. And I sent him my resume that I made, and he hired me. So I worked at the bank all the way through like college on like summer breaks and Christmas breaks. I did the finance thing, and I loved it.
Okay, let's guess what her first car was. Did you have a car in high school?
No.
No? Well, that ruins our game.
I didn't. My parents were always like, if you want a car, you got to buy your car. And I was like, no, I'm good. I had friends who had cars. That was good.
Did you have a car in college?
No, we had a car. My sister and I and brother at one point were all at the same university. So we shared a car. My sister and I kind of shared it. And then once I graduated, I got my own car.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to Purdue.
That's
in West Indiana. Lafayette, Indiana. Yep.
Yes, Tim.
Yep. I'm a Purdue Boilermaker. Yep.
And what was your what'd you major in?
My major was marketing and PR.
Nice. Okay. Now it all makes sense.
Right? Now there you go. Yeah. And I was determined to find a way to use it.
Growing up around Indianapolis, we know now by being friends with you, you're a big IndyCar fan. Were you always an IndyCar fan? Like, did you go? Yeah. How old were you? You got to the Indy 500 as a kid with your dad?
Yeah, a lot. And I don't know how old I was when I went to my first race. I remember being younger, maybe like 9, 10 years old. The sound of those cars was like white noise for me. It would make me sleepy, and I could just lay in those metal bleachers and like rest. Yeah, I know. But I loved, back then too, like IndyCar was so big, and the month of May was truly the month of May. Like it was open. Yeah. The track was open the whole day, the whole month. And so you could go like in the evenings and watch practice, and qualifying weekends were huge. It was so much fun.
Back then, the month of May, up until even they were still doing that in IRL years that they had. Now they just kind of have it 2 weeks, but it was daily practices and in the 90s, I'd tune into RPM the Night every night on ESPN2 to see who was the fastest, with a tow, without a tow, and I was.
And it was
always
so fun. And the cars were also different then. Every team was different. They weren't all like they are now. They're all very similar, same chassis and all that. So I just loved it. I always loved like the sound of it. I have so many videos on my phone of just like the sound, so I can listen to it.
Mm-hmm. And the sounds have changed so much. You were 9, so was that in the 40s or 50s when you were 9?
Yeah. Okay. You might need another husband. I would go with the second husband, Carrie. Yeah. The 40s or 50s, really? Okay.
Pretty soon, so you better be nice.
Oh, I'm going to see our home party.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. Oh, he's my helper at Mo Party. Okay.
That's right.
I'm still trying to find stuff for the games. I'm striking out.
Yep.
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't in the 40s or 50s. It was in the 70s.
Yeah. It's out of college.
Yep. So, when was your first job in the automotive industry?
I got out of college and I ended up moving to Indy right after school, and I started working for Bruce Hubley at Special Events and the Promotion Company. You guys know Bruce, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And initially when I was hired there, I went into that company I think my title was like ticketing coordinator, and I was really working more on the family entertainment side, like managing the ticketing process with the Ticketmaster system. So I was learning all of that and like doing the Disney on Ice and the Ringling Brothers and the Globetrotters and all of that. But they had like the Hot Rod Super Nationals and the Street Machine Nationals and some monster truck shows. And that's where I really wanted to do. And so eventually Bruce gave me the chance to jump over to the, to that side and work on those events. And oh my God, I loved it. I loved it because I really loved cars.
What year?
And there was
what year was this?
That was in 1980. When did I start to work for him? 88, out of school.
Okay. Because if people don't know family events, the events that we used to go to since I was 14 was the Street Machine Nationals. And the Street Machine Nationals was like, it was it, man. If you weren't going to the Street Rod Nationals, you went to the Street Machine Nationals, and a lot of us did both. Yeah. And back then, like in the 80s, especially the Street Machine Nationals blew away any Good Guys show. Because Good Guys started in 84 and they were still getting their traction. But the Street Machine Nationals, and then they had like 5 Street Machine National events or 4. We went to South Bend, Indiana, and Springfield, Missouri, and they were
one in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York was one of them. Yeah, so I loved those events. I thought they were great. DuQuoin, Illinois was like, what do you? It was insane, so insane.
So were you at that time? Did you ever work registration at Street Machine Nationals in DuQuoin?
I don't think so. I was working more with the team that was building the event and doing a lot of the midway stuff at that point.
Because I was going to apologize to you because allegedly statute of limitations has ran out. Allegedly. Like, they always had you got your window sticker and your goodie bags, and then there was like event stickers that were like, you got one with your window sticker, and they were like a clear sticker. Like a lot of people put them in their windows because they were like weren't big. They were a clear sticker. And again, allegedly, still in my drawer at the shop, I found a stack. So I must have grabbed like a rubber. I'm that asshole at registration, Carrie. Maybe. And it's either 88 or 89 or 90. Like I got a stack of them that I swiped. So I was thinking Betsy was looking the other way, and I swiped the stack of stickers.
It wasn't me.
She would have caught that.
She would have.
I would have seen it. I would have seen you. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so back to so working for the special events and getting over into the automotive side. Yeah. So that's what really sparked your interest in the automotive industry.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the event side, but I think for me, like the car side of it was, I liked cars anyway, and I loved the opportunity. It was just so much more creative than doing like the family entertainment side. Those are very structured. They would come in, give you the binder, here's what you need to do, go figure it out. And the car side of it, the automotive side of it, those events were so dynamic. There was so much going on, so much happening. And there's just learning about like the builders and, what the trends were. And those manufacturers midways were so big. All those companies coming into that business were so interesting. Building those things, it was kind of like Jenga. I mean, Carrie knows we build these things every week and they are like a big puzzle. But it was really, at that time, like watching that section of the business, like it just was crazy to me. I loved Canfield, Ohio. I loved that event. The Hot Rod Super Nationals.
We never made it to the Hot Rod Super Nationals. That's a lot of people like Rocky Robertson and Scott Sullivan. They like that almost better than DuQuoin, but we never made it to that one.
Yeah, I liked that one a ton.
Well, we missed out.
Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I should know this after listening to you guys. Is special events around anymore? Is that what turned into?
They were actually, special events was purchased by Bonnier.
Okay,
so they do.
That's what I was going to say. I thought that was kind of that company.
Yeah. I don't think the Hot Rod Super Nationals is around anymore, but Street Machine Nationals still those are around.
Yeah, they do one in Minnesota, and I keep hearing every year they say the one in DuQuoin is almost bad. So
there's Enzo.
Right.
Oh, cattail.
Right. What's that? Oh, that Axel?
Wants to come check it out.
He's visiting. I don't know where Enzo's at. Yeah.
Oh, he's right behind you.
Yeah, he's right behind you.
No, that's Truman.
Oh, we only seen a tail. We didn't know. We can't tell the cats by his tails.
Okay.
Okay, so back to, so how long did you work for special events?
I was there until like late 90. I was there a couple of years, and then I jumped over and went to work for Good Guy. January of 91. And that was the journey. That was the adventure.
When did we start going to Good Guys?
Well, I started going to the Good Guys before I had my driver's license, but us together, the 54 would have been 93 when we started going to Good Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that's a long time ago.
I know. Whew. I know. I think about that. I was like, I moved across country in January of 91 to go to work for Gary. And I was like, what am I doing all the way out
here?
How
did you get in touch with Gary Metters at Good Guys to go start working for him?
I met him actually at one of his events, the Hot Rod Nationals, which was at IRP. Now it's Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. When I was working for Bruce, and I had met him, and I went out there just to check out the event. And he was super nice guy, super laid back, so different from what we had, in Indianapolis. And he was just really cool. And I always just kind of stayed in touch with him. And then at one point he said, we're going to hire some new people. And so I flew out and met with him in Maryland. And I just loved their vibe. They were such a good team. They were so good business partners and just good life partners. And they were so interesting to me. And Gary said, if we all work really hard at this, it could be really big someday. And I was like, I don't know if he's brilliant or crazy. I don't know.
So about that time, that was Good Guys was 7 years old at that time?
Yeah, right? Around, I think they came around in 1983. And so, I was 7 or 8 years old. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a big team over there. It was
I will put Gary up to any event promoter of making people feel welcome.
Yeah.
He would go around, talk to people, remember people, shake the hands.
Mm-hmm.
As we get talking about, working, Harry Davies isn't at Good Guys anymore. He definitely learned to be people. He wasn't Gary, but you could tell he went to the school of Gary.
I know. Yeah.
Mark was like, I'm not my dad. Mm-hmm. But, he's still great, but he's not as quite outgoing as his dad because, his dad built the company. And that's what made Good Guys. Good Guys was Gary and Marilyn cruising someplace in their roadster, and sometimes they had their dog with them. I just remember.
White Ball. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know. White Ball. So sweet. Yeah, he was just one of the coolest, most generous people, and he loved cars, and then he loved the people that came with them. He remembered everybody's story, everybody's name, and there was something really just unique and interesting watching him work. And he was kind of a perfectionist on the event side. He wanted us to do it his way. He would let us run for a while, but he would never let us wreck it. He would pull us back from the edge before we would do anything crazy. But he was really just smart. He was really shrewd. His background was accounting, so he was a really good businessman, really smart about things. But his passion was just, he used to always say, let's just gather a bunch of people, and if everybody pays a little, we'll have a lot of fun. Everybody can come in. Let's not make it crazy. And I remember working some of those the get-togethers were one-day events. And I was like, what are we doing? It was crazy. And they were so big. And they had the big swap meets with them. And he just had, I think a lot of his thing, too, was timing. The timing was, that industry was really growing. Those events, that type of event was really growing at that point.
The early 80s, mid-80s to early 90s, that street rod, not the... And then Good Guys was the first, because Gary started with NSRA, and NSRA was religious, 48 and older only. And then Gary started opening up to newer cars and letting in the 50s cars and the lead sleds and all of that. So that's why I liked it, because I'm a custom guy, even though I really like street rods still. I like the 50s and 60s stuff. And people told me he was crazy because that time, it was so hardcore 48 and older.
Yeah.
In all the magazines and all the big shows, it was a big deal. I heard on a Chris Coddington podcast that when ZZ Top built Cadzilla, it was a 49 Cadillac. And they're like, what are they doing? There's no shows big enough to take that car to. No, you can put it in a vendor booth in there, but that's at that early time, Good Guys wasn't that big yet, even when Cadzilla came around. But obviously, here we are now.
Yeah.
Now, the rolling year breaks, you can take a 99 on Friday and Saturday now.
Yeah. So we had Cadzilla out there for a couple of years, the Ford performance guys were taking Cadzilla around. And that was right. Yeah, you're right. It was a 49. So it was kind of like, what are they going to do with that? But it was so cool.
So back then, when you were working for Good Guys, I have a favorite event back then. What was your favorite event? We didn't go to all of them. We went to like 2 or 3 of them a year.
Oh gosh. I would say my favorite event overall was Des Moines. Always.
See, ours is Des Moines. Des Moines was always great, but man, at Indy, they were running the Nostalgia Drag Race series. Yeah. They'd have some Pro Mods and some Nitro Nostalgias.
Yeah.
The swap meet was big, man. It's
in the heyday.
In the heyday, nothing ever goes back to the way it was. But in my mind, that was the best. That's one of the events that Boyd himself would come, shake everybody's hand, welcome people in, and we had
he did the pros picks there, and I know we had kind of those years too where we had the vintage drag racing series. People loved that. We were at Famosa Raceway and a bunch of different places doing the vintage drags, and Indy was a cool event. And then Des Moines kind of came online, and we had a time period a while where we were doing all those events at super speedways. Like there was one year in September we did like Pocono and Charlotte and Texas. It was like the speedway swing. We had a lot of tracks that we did those. I remember when those events started to grow into the size of those venues. I remember looking at Des Moines thinking, how are we going to fill this place? And they did. Gary was pretty clear on that one. He loved that place.
Yeah, I do too.
Beautiful fairgrounds. Yeah,
it's so great. Yeah. The other one I love. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the one in Puyallup outside of Seattle.
Yeah. We've been there. We've been to Pleasanton. Pleasanton has a great fairgrounds. The only Good Guys show that I've not been to is Del Mar. I've been to. I never went when Rhinebeck was there, but yeah.
Oh, I liked Rhinebeck too. Del Mar's amazing. Like the fairgrounds is basically right up to the beach.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So what all different job titles did you have while you were at Good Guys?
Oh gosh.
How many years were you at Good Guys? You were at Good Guys a while.
29
years?
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Right up until the pandemic. Yeah, I know. I remember talking to Good Guy like mid-December, and I was telling him like, oh my God, my 25 years is coming up with you on January 1. He was like, what? No way. Let's do 25 more. And I'm like, let's do it. And then he passed away a couple weeks later after that. And so, it was just like, I was there a long time. I saw a lot of things change. I started out there kind of doing like the PR marketing. And then he was like, can you help me with some of the vendor midway stuff too? So I did a lot of that. And then I remember he said to me, do you want to learn how to run all these events? I said, I do. Yeah. And he goes, well, you're going to have to be on the road with all of us a lot. And you're going to have to just stay in it. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And the first couple of years I was like, like learning just the backside of what, we all see in events, like the ticketing, the security, and the parking. And you got to struggle through the registration pieces and the staffing and just all of that stuff. So I did a lot of that. I ran.
Yeah, this is stuff like you guys talk about, but
the bathrooms.
I've learned a lot working with Good Guys, and there's you guys at FM3, and 98% of the people that come to all these shows that we're going to talk about, people have no idea. They don't comprehend that. Somebody has to order the porta potties.
Right.
Somebody has to book the band. Somebody has to get the EMTs, the security.
Yeah.
Work with the local people for trafficking and all. I mean, it's when you see it, it's really a wonder that any event actually gets pulled off. It really is. Like there could literally seriously be a dumpster fire right over here behind the curtain, and you don't even know what's going on.
Or a concession.
Yeah.
Or a concession fire.
Or concessions. Oh yeah, we've had a few of those. Yeah. No, but you just there's all those pieces, and you have to learn them. And then the thing that you learn is you don't have control over much of it because it changes like hourly. So Gary would just say, be calm and let's figure it out. We'll figure it out. And so I started, doing a lot of the event directing, and had a lot of those for a lot of years at Colorado and Des Moines, and wherever we went, it was like Harry did some, I did some for a long time. And then probably toward like Gary had I don't know if Gary was still in the picture at that point. Maybe he'd retired. Mark was like, I think I want you to just totally switch over to the marketing PR stuff. Leave the fencing and the porta potties to the guys. Let's move you over here and let you run with it. And I did, and I love that too. So
did you work hand in hand? I should know some of this, but I wasn't back then. I wasn't working. I mean, I've been working for Good Guys now for 12, 13 years, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Were you working a lot with John Drummond?
Yeah. All the time.
I love John. He was awesome.
I do too. He's so fun. He was so great. We had such a fun team. We had just a wildly creative, wild team. Drummond was wild.
Yeah, he left and then he came back, and now he's left again.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's working for a hot rod guy, so sometimes he still shows up at a thing. So.
Yeah, he's so fun.
Yeah. So are we frozen?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I was like,
you worked there for 29 years.
Yeah.
And then you kind of left during COVID times, didn't you? Is that when you left Good Guys?
Yeah. Yep. Most of us exited. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, they kind of let some people go, and some people left because everything that you did at that time. I mean, it's hard to believe it's been 5 years now, kind of, for COVID.
I know.
But not many events happened.
No, there was so much uncertainty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was like, what are we going to do?
Good Guys have a show that year?
Yeah, let's see. That year we didn't we do Salt Lake City and then Des Moines, like back to back?
Yeah.
And then everything shut down. I mean, it was already shut down. It was very limited. Like there was a lot of restrictions on entry and how many people you could have. There was a lot of that. And then everything just shut down. So there was so much uncertainty at that time. It's like you look at the event businesses now and you think, how did we all come back from that? It was so crazy. Mm-hmm. It was I
really don't think everything came back fully from it. But no. They are great. I mean, events are really good since COVID.
They are.
They really are.
I think people had to really figure out how to do them in the wake of a pandemic. Like, how do we come back from this?
Yeah. But then as spectator people, certain states were different. I'm not going to get into politics here, but the people that were on shutdown and couldn't do anything and couldn't go to work, once it opened back up, they're like, hell yeah, let's go do stuff, because we lost our freedom there for a while in some states.
Right.
So let's go to the car. Let's go to the races. Let's do whatever. Right. Let's spend money. Like, I've got friends that have mom and pop, like hot rod companies that have been in business, second generation running them, been around since the late 70s, that set sales records during COVID because people were locked up at home working on their cars in their personal garage. So, I mean, it was good for COVID was good for BMX, good for skateboarding, all that, got kids out there.
Right. It changed so much. Yeah.
So after you left Good Guys, what did you go into after that?
I went over to Motor Trend, joined their team. And that's when I got to start working with Carrie much more, because I was on the Motor Trend team over there as an event producer.
I remember that day I came home for lunch and she goes, "Guess who was on a conference call today?" And I go, "I have no idea." So she says, "Betsy's at Motor Trend." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
No offense to all the other Motor Trend people, but I was like, "Oh, they got somebody that gets it." Because I like that one guy, but he moved back to whatever country he was from. He was a golf guy. I mean, he was a good guy, but I kind of think that if you're going to run car events, you should know the difference between a Mustang and a Camaro, and not all of those people did.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the car industry don't know that.
Yeah. And it was different over there because honestly, those events are they're produced differently than like the Good Guys events were. So that was a good learning curve for me, just to see as much more of a corporate style, I would say, of building an event and producing an event. I loved it. I loved the team over there. It was great fun. But I love, Hot Rod Power Tour and Drag Week. I love Hot Rod Drag Week. That's such a cool event. Such a cool event.
See, that's one thing we've never done. We've never been a part. I went and watched like No, I haven't. My dad's went.
Your dad went.
I've never. I've always wanted to build a car for drag week, but yeah, FM3 doesn't run.
It's a
drag
really
week,
cool event.
Yeah, I love.
It's a really cool event.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. So I loved it. It was right up my alley. And, I had a lot of experience in like aftermarket events. So joining that team was a good fit for me for a while, and it was fun. And there was just a lot of moving parts over there. A lot of, it's, big corporate America stuff. So it was a lot going on, but it was still a lot of fun.
And then when you work for a big corporation like that, you kind of get your rhythm going, and then the corporation might sell. And you deal with a whole new couple people. Then you get your rhythm again. And how many times was the company sold when you were there? Was it sold any, or did it pretty much stay Motor Trend? Or when Discovery bought them, were you in there at that time?
Yeah, I was in there. It was Warner Brothers WBD when I was there. That company changed hands, a number of times. I mean, there have been many different ownerships of that until.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't get that answer at all.
So. Oh, so you were there over one or two changes?
No, just when I got there, it was Warner Brothers Discovery.
Okay.
Motor Trend. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
They were already in the joint venture at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I left and joined FM3, and then they got.
What was your official title there?
I was an experiential event producer there, so I was producing the events, just like.
Perfect. And then, and you just realized that wasn't your home, so you finally found your home back with a smaller company.
Yeah. I did.
Back with FM3, or not back with, but with FM3.
I know.
Another group of misfits.
That's right. Taking out of corporate America, back into the misfit world. No.
Right? I don't know. Yeah. I always loved working with that. The FM3 team was always, they were so buttoned up. We would go on event productions like Power Tour, and I always would watch you guys, and I just thought they were so good. And I remember, talking to Wally at Roadkill Nights, and I said, I think your team just does really great work. And he was like, well, they like you too, in Wally voice, And I don't know. I think this is a really good fit for me. I think that it's very much like how Gary built his company over here. Like there's just a foundational piece of like, of people who love events, people who love cars. And I always love that about, I mean, I think for me, like, the challenge was always to try and replicate the Good Guys vibe somewhere. Like, how would you do that? I loved working for Gary so much. He treated me like I was his child. And, he treated all of us like we were family. And I think that vibe is much more here. Not that it wasn't amazing over at Motor Trend. I love that team, but it was just it's just a different experience. And I've loved seeing the differences is what I would say.
Yep. Yeah, and I had that too. Before I came to FM3, I was working. Before we moved to moved from Illinois, I was working for an organic feed manufacturer, and it was a small family. And the dad, the wife, the daughter, they all worked there, and it was the same thing. It was like he treated me like his child. I didn't realize it as much until after I moved down here. I mean, when I was still working for him when I moved down here, but it kind of opened my eyes a little bit.
That was a really good gig.
Yeah.
Really good. They treated you really good. The part I remember, whatever day's vacation you had, we were going to a lot of bike races at that time. And if you were out of the office, you worked your way up to be plant manager there. You would answer the phone while I'm driving to the bike race, and you would be on your computer with a thing going.
So I've always done that.
Yeah, like you still do. And then at the end of the year, he's like, so what do you want to do with these extra vacation days you've got? And you looked on your calendar, it's like, well, I was gone here and here. And he goes, yeah, but you did emails and answered the phone here, 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 and here. So you had like 6 days more vacation. Even though you weren't in the office, you were still working. And I was like, that was pretty cool that guy did that. I mean, because you were still working on the road. Yeah, he was
He was awesome. And again, a lot like you and Gary, he taught me so much.
Yeah.
And most of it I didn't realize until after he was and he was older.
Not about work, but of life.
Just life in general. Yeah. He taught me so much.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that the way I do my job now and the things that I do, I look back on the things that he had taught me, and I kind of, can put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, he wasn't just being a dick. Like, he was trying to teach me a lesson.
Right. I know. So, yeah.
It's awesome. And, I've been able to bring so many life moments and memories to, what I'm doing now based off of how he treated me, how he handled situations.
Right.
But again, in the organic feed manufacturing world, he always thought everybody was out to get him. So it was, we worked a lot with USDA and, other. It was crazy. It was like, I guess I put a lot of it to like, I'm the fun police at our events. I'm always looking out for what if. And that's what I did there as plant manager. Of like, you had to look for those situations, and you had to, everything had to be identified, and every bag of feed had to be labeled, and I set up his labeling program, and
it's funny. Carrie was. They crazy. Even like was it last year? They called you with a question on some computer program.
They did. They
after
called me
11 years. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, this is how I did it." And they're like, "Oh, okay, thanks." It's like,
oh my god.
Well, Jim passed away 10 years ago, and his wife and his daughter. I was in Florida. That was the year that Shannon got the trip that Shannon got hurt.
Okay.
And that I got the call on the way home that he had passed away. And I've the HR lady is still there. And they called me last year and started asking me questions about the website that I built and all this. And I'm thinking, my God.
How have they not changed it in 10 years?
Yeah, right. That was number one thing. But number two was like, I don't know what I ate yesterday. How am I supposed to remember this? But it was just like when she started talking to me, it all came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You remember what you ate yesterday? You had tacos.
Well, okay.
But that's almost ever. Yeah.
Yes.
I would say that's not unusual for her.
Yeah. No, that's
tacos. Yeah, it's her jam.
But now that we're into the FM3 days and the FM3 events, what is your favorite event so far that we've done on this side of the fence?
Oh gosh. My favorite. I don't. You know what?
What is yours, Carrie? I don't even know what your favorite event is for.
You don't?
Well, this year it's Mo Party.
I would say Mo
Party. Road trip.
Oh yeah, the road
far.
trip. Oh yeah.
Betsy hasn't got to do that yet, so you need to sign up for that one, Betsy. I did hear Jimmy say anybody that wants to do it.
I love. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I like all the fest events. I like those. I don't know. I still like Power Tour a lot. We get to do that. Yeah. Oh, look, there's
Power Tour is one of my favorites. Bill always gives me a hard time because he's like, "Oh, Power Tour's got to be so much harder than LS Fest," and I'm like, "Dude, no way. LS Fest East is the hardest."
I think so too. Yeah. I like LS. I like Vegas. I like the one at the West.
Yeah.
I like Vegas.
Not so much.
Those LS events. The first one I worked, was Las Vegas last year, and it was like there's so much going on all the time.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. Like there's so many different race courses going. It's such a dynamic event. I had no idea until I was like immersed in it. Like there are so many moving parts, and it just continues to grow. Those programs keep getting bigger, and there's more to manage and more to do. They're kind of cool, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. And Tim and I talk a lot about the East event and industry because we're in Bowling Green the same weekend that he's at Triple Crown.
Yeah,
2 hours
Triple Crown.
apart.
Yeah, 2 hours apart.
Right.
They're sold out. We're almost pretty much sold out. I don't know how we're going to get all these vendors in next week, but
I know.
Yeah, it's just crazy on how good the industry is with these two big events back to back within 2 hours of each other.
And I talk to people at like old hot rod guys at Good Guys and NSRA shows that I work.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are like, if they don't pay attention, us people here, us three, we pay attention, even if events that we're not doing or involved in, we pay attention to the other stuff because we're just industry people. We're not just an NSRA person or a Good Guys or an LS Fest or just a Power Tour person. But there is still people is like, there's enough people for an event just for LS motors. Some of these old guys, they can't grasp it.
Yeah.
I know. And I always say, if you think hot rodding's dying, you need to go to one of these LS events. Because, there's guys, I'm going to say older guys like me, but I'd say the majority is 40 and under, 30 and under. I mean, it's a younger crowd because they like to race.
LS
autocross. Yeah, sure. LS Fest is definitely a younger based crowd, and it gives you strong hope about the industry. It really does.
Yeah, it is a younger audience for sure. Yeah, and it is crazy, those two big events basically side by side.
Yeah.
On that same weekend. It is kind of mind blowing. And I love that there's so many events, and I love watching people add events and change their events. Gary used to always say, you don't need to stalk people and figure out, but like always know the context in which you're doing business. Like figure out what everybody's doing out there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it'll apply to something you can do, and sometimes no, but just watch everybody, because everybody's, he used to always say, like, when we all help each other in the event industry, everything's better. Like there's no need to like wreck somebody's.
I see that at Triple Crown because last year the promoters, I know they're not coming this year, but the promoters from the Grand National Roadster Show were there. NSRA was there and gave a pick. Good Guys, a rep, was there and gave a pick. And, a couple other people's, because if they pay attention and they help, if we all don't hate each other, it makes the industry stronger.
Right. Yeah. There's no point in that.
I hate that those two events are back to back or on top of each other. But
I know.
Before it was Triple Crown, it was Shades of the Past, and it'd been at that same date, but over in Dollywood area and Knoxville area for 40-something years. So they've never changed their date. They just lost Dollywood. The club went away. They continued the show, and just that was the venue that they could find. So they didn't purposely do it, but. And I know a lot of spectators that do both. If they're just a spectator, they might go Friday to LS Fest and come down the road Saturday to Triple Crown. So,
or vice versa. I just had somebody text me today and said the same thing. It's like, hey, I'm going to go to Triple Crown on Friday, but I'll be at LS Fest on Saturday if you need any help with anything. So, a lot of people do that.
I think so, yeah. I would. If we weren't working, I would do both.
Right? I mean, hey, maybe we should take the day off and just head down to Triple Crown on Friday. Let the guys take care of the event, and then we'll come back on Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you make that ask. Yeah, I'll let Carrie ask that one.
I don't know. I do a lot for asking for forgiveness, not permission, but I don't think that's what would fly.
No, I think that would be
weird too, because like Carrie's going to race this Vandemonium race.
I know.
If you have a kid under 18, a parent has to sign a waiver to let them race stuff. I think a husband should have to sign a wife waiver that they have permit. It wouldn't work in our household, obviously. I'm not even looking at her, but I can feel the stares right now.
I can feel it too. Yeah.
She does not ask permission for anything around here.
No.
And
free range wifing.
It's free range wifing. That's what we call it. And it just roams the backyard. That's what we have here as a wife. Where are you this weekend? That's just what. So.
Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about the events that we do have coming up, because we are going to spend pretty much the next month in September in Bowling Green. I pretty much tell everybody that I live in Bowling Green the month of September. That's my residency.
We have one weekend away from. And we have to go to BMX. Tulsa, I got to work the BMX Hall of Fame weekend. So her weekend that she doesn't have to run an event, we're driving to Tulsa, Oklahoma and back.
For another event.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hardcore. Yeah. You guys are hardcore.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. But as we approach, so tell everybody what your side or what you're going to be doing at LS Fest. East?
So, well, yeah. And so LS Fest East, I've been helping Hannah and Mike just with the overall production, but then my focus has been a lot of working with the club on the car show parking, trying to get them moving in the right direction and organized. And I think they're in good shape. But just kind of really focusing on the car show side of it for that event, and then production, and also helping Josh with sponsors and vendors, moving that in, making sure foundationally we're good there. So there's a lot of moving parts on that overall event. So
awesome. Yeah, we have so the biggest aspects of the event you're going to be involved in the car show and the vendor sponsor move in.
yeah,
it is. It's absolutely crazy. And that, for those of you that don't know, that's never come to LS Fest. So on Saturday we take over the amusement park. So it's the whole place. Like, we're parking cars in the amusement park,
but you guys never have time to go to the water park.
No, we don't. I had never even been in there.
Monday before.
Yeah, we're gonna try to go Labor Day on Monday.
Oh, on the first. Yeah, you should.
So I'm hoping that the weather cooperates with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'll be in Bowling Green on Sunday. Tim will help kind of get me there and get me set up. And we actually were there last night picking stuff up, and I pretty much moved Bowling Green for the month of September.
I know.
So,
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah. We took a trailer load of crap up yesterday already.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And a lot of stuff that comes with
it. Is crazy.
We got it all out of our house. That was a good thing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Moving out of there.
And then we moved to Mo Party the next weekend, which I am super excited about.
It's going to be so fun.
It is going to be so much fun this year. It's going to be crazy. Like, Adam made a good statement today of how much we're stuffing into the bucket that is.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. It is overflowing with fun. But yeah, between Dodge Thrill Rides and monster trucks on
the drag strip. I can't wait to see that.
That's going to be crazy. To car show and car club parking.
I say, as an outsider, Mopar is your craziest event. Not your hardest, your craziest of all the. There was mullet contests, real and fake. And
okay, so we need to talk about the mullet contest for a few minutes. I don't get to participate this year.
No.
Because I'm getting ready for the van race, and it's kind of happening.
Maybe you could just do the mullet contest. Sounds safer.
No, but who would have ever thought that there was a mullet National Mullet Federation, like that they have? Like,
I know.
That blew my mind when I started.
I remember when you said that.
I'm more upset that one of the was he reigning champion or last before Landon from JHG, one of the sponsors, cut his mullet off.
I know. Yeah, we just found that out about that the other day.
Oh,
I don't even know what he's thinking.
When I went to our open house, I think he still had it, but maybe it was just shorter a little bit.
It might be. Yeah,
I think it's still in the mullet family.
The mullet contest last year was hilarious. That whole event was hilarious. And then this year with Vandemonium, like, come on. I don't know. I rode in that van, Tim. I rode in Carrie's van. I'm just saying.
Yes, he did.
I did.
All I'm going to say is I did not marry her for her brains.
I don't really. I don't know. That's
no,
that's why I get myself.
She has a lot of brains. And I don't know. She said, "I'm driving this thing back." Whatever. I was like,
and she's mad about the no LS Fest gravity race, which she has broke her elbow in doing that.
I'm not mad. I'm furious. Like, I sent an email. We were at Roadkill when Mike told me that we weren't doing it. And I sent an email, and Bill and Jimmy and Wally thought I was joking, but I was dead serious.
I know.
When I said I wasn't coming to LS Fest, I was furious when I found out about that. Like, it is so much fun. I go through hell for LS Fest, and the reason I do it is so I could do the race. And now I don't get to do the race.
No,
now I'm pouting.
I know, you got pushed out.
It's just unkind.
I know.
It's not even right.
We have to lean into the change.
You have a weekend off.
And so after
you go
party
to Ford Fest.
Yep.
Right.
Drastically changing because no NMRA races this year. Or was it? That was NMRA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It will be. 2 days.
I love at Bowling Green. that's one of my top 3-4 places to go to. I just love the field, that drag strip, the grandstands. I get to announce drag races some and be in the tower. It's just, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is my favorite place, obviously. And
then, mine too.
Yeah, the Bowling Green place. It's neat. I think it's because you get left alone. You get to enjoy the event if you're there. Because your phone doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. No, that's why I learned that the hard way last year. I was like, my phone doesn't really do very much out here, guys. So.
Yeah. That's good and bad. But yeah, I think Ford Fest is going to be good. It's going to have, in the past, it's always kind of had that competitive vibe because it was their world finals. But I think this year it's going to be a lot more like the Fest events and the LS Fest and the Mo Party, a little bit more laid back. And people are just coming out to have fun.
Right. Plus, it's 2 days. I love a good 2-day event.
Yes, I agree.
I love a good 2-day, like cram it all in there and go for the fun. I love that.
Yep. I agree.
I think it'll be good. I wasn't at Ford Fest last year, so this will be my first.
That's right. Yeah, that is right. So awesome. So then we go into October, and you need to sign up for coming to Cars and Cones because it's epic.
And it's Carrie's.
And it's my 50th birthday.
I know. 50, here we go. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to start at Barber, so that'll be fun. So.
Who could say that they've had their 50th birthday party at the Barber Museum? That's pretty
cool. I know, right?
Carrie Strange and her party. Party squad. We have a busy end of year at this company.
Yeah, because then SEMA,
a lot of companies are like winding down. They're just planning for like SEMA PRI, and we're like, we still have all these programs in production. What are you guys talking about?
Exactly. And everybody's like, oh, so is this like the calm time of the year? I'm like, no.
Like, I know, that's a friend of me. Christmas. Yeah. It's like, no, we're right up until the end. Yeah. And then as soon as we get through that, we're into hammers.
Yeah. It's, planning all over again. So
yeah, I always forget that you guys do so much for King of the Hammers too. Yeah, you don't. Some people think the wintertime you have an off season, but you don't because, you're not running your LS events and all that, but you have to plan it. It's just as much work. I remember when you used to do the hotel and travel, your first 3 weeks of January was getting all your hotels. Like as soon as they take reservations and you guys put a lot of effort into King of the Hammers too with Optima. That's a lot. So,
yeah, planning windows
like a desert dweller.
I feel like one too.
I know. The planning windows in some of these programs, they take a long time to plan. That's what people don't get. There's a lot that goes into them.
Yep. I remember last year. So Betsy came out to King of the Hammers last year. Her and I shared an Airbnb. And the one day we were back at the Airbnb and I couldn't find her. She's outside laying in the sun on just like took a nap. She just went out.
I was done.
Off the thing, laid down. Done. She's like, I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
I was gonna get in the hammock. Remember that? I said I'm gonna get in the hammock, and I looked at the clips, and I was like, yeah, I'm not getting in that hammock. There's no way. I'll end up on the ground. I'm like, I'll just lay on the ground. It'll be great.
Yeah,
that was.
I would have woke up with a scorpion on my nose.
Right. Exactly. That would.
They just kind of. Yeah. I loved hammers. It was so fun.
So the one question that I have for you, and this doesn't have to be our any of the events. So what is, and it doesn't have to be like the industry we're in. What is one event that A, is your favorite out of everything, and then 2, what is an event you've never gotten to go to that you would love to go to?
Well, the one I would love to go to. What were you gonna say, Tim?
As is work, not work it, like attend is like, oh, I want to go. Yeah.
I would love to go to Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Very popular.
That comes up often. Yeah.
I would love to do that one. I'd love to go to the Silverstone track and go to the F1 race too. That's a bucket list for me. Gosh, I don't know. My favorite event, the Indy 500 to me is like the most fun ever. It's the wildest event that they can get all those people in one day and back out. It's crazy. I love that. I don't know. I have so many on my list that I love.
That's a good 2 right there. That's a good 2. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely. So we've been talking for an hour already. Is there any questions that you have for Betsy?
After putting up with Carrie on the phone, do you drink heavily at the end of the night?
No.
Oh. I don't drink. Being married to Carrie, some people think I should drink.
No, she's a rock star. You already know that.
I do.
We are both crazy cat people. So
yeah,
we go to our cats. We talk to our cats.
You know, we lost our best buddy Turbo. We've been heartbroken. Today, we
had appointments.
At appointments, we were going to get our Turbo tattoos. We went and we were having lunch about, 20 minutes from the tattoo place. He canceled on us. He was sick. I mean, I'm glad he let us know he was sick. But so now we have to try into all these fall events. And I have a lot of different events too. They're not the same ones you guys are doing.
Yeah.
We got to get our buddy before SEMA.
Yeah.
Was that the tattoo you showed us, Carrie, at Roadkill?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm getting a slightly different one with just him on it, but
yeah.
I was so
funny.
You about cried.
I did. I about cried. I was so psyched up, and I was thankful that I can't get sick the month of September. So I was.
That's a question I have for Betsy. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't. I have none.
It's time to get one.
Time I get one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What tattoo?
One of Enzo.
One of her cats.
One of her cats. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Enzo.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. Might be a sore subject, but going back, I didn't know you were married to a guy that ran a drag strip.
Yeah.
You don't have to say much about it, but I just learned that. Carrie said that the other day. What drag strip was that you were married to the guy?
I was married to Jay Livingston. His family owned Woodburn drag strip. And then he was at several attractions. He just recently owned National Trail over in Columbus.
Okay.
And sold that one sold it to IHRA.
You've always been around all the car stuff and racing of a drag strip. So I just learned that from Carrie the other day. We were talking about questions and stuff, and she goes, I don't know if she wants to talk about this, but here I am bringing up the awkward
and it was because he didn't believe me. He was like, I didn't know that. How did I not know that?
Yeah, I did not. All these years I knew that. I knew you.
You don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love drag racing. I wish I got to do more drag race announcing. I love drag racing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You should.
So what does the future look like for Betsy? Like what do you want to do in the next 5 or 10 years? Where do you see yourself going?
One of my friends asked me not too long ago. She's like, "Do you ever think you want to retire?" And I was like, "I think I'm just getting good at this. I don't know. I don't like. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I think we can't. I don't know. So we get older. It's like, how long can you do these giant productions where you work those 17-hour days and you're like dying? But then there's a part of me that loves it, even though it's so grueling sometimes. There's something about it that I love. I don't know. It's the chaos.
I think it is. I don't know, but we don't do drugs, never have done drugs.
Right.
But this is Carrie's crack. She's working at home a lot, 12, 14-hour days, a lot of the days.
I know. Yeah.
And when she doesn't get out to an event, she gets a little twitchy. Because it's a lot of stress, but
it is.
People like you guys, you thrive on that. You thrive on that excitement, whether you're a boxer or a skier or something like that. Because sometimes you get hit in the face. It feels like at some of these events.
Yeah,
but it's that adrenaline rush like a racer gets, and you run the events because it is an adrenaline filled. I got blown away when she showed me her pedometer thing for. Roadkill. She did 27,000 steps in a day.
Yeah.
Because you're up 20-hour day.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Roadkill is a really long day. It's like a 20-hour day. Yeah.
But her steps are more because when me and her walk, she's 2 steps for 1 a mile. And she's like, I got little legs. I can't keep up.
That's Riley's comment.
Riley's comment.
No, that's it is. It's like
Jimmy over the last couple of years is I see no plan of ever stopping what I'm doing.
This whole automotive thing doesn't pay enough to retire.
No, but I can't keep going at the level I'm going, and that's where it's I've got to start learning, to let the kids tote the boxes and load the trailer and that kind of stuff, because my body can't take all of that anymore.
I know. I'm not one of those. Lad always says to me, like, when we're crazy busy and we have all these events going and I'm stressed, he's always like, stressed out Betsy is better than bored Betsy. He's like, I've seen her. And I'm like, oh yeah. I know. I don't know. I mean, I have friends that have, retired. My twin sister is retired. And it's like, I don't know what they do all day. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's something about Good Guy used to we would do all these events and we would be on the road sometimes, 6-7 weeks at a time. And he would say every morning, let's just open it up and see what it does. We did everything we could do. And there's something really cool about that.
If we ever retired, we seen our future, I think, a couple winters ago. Cat shows.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have you ever been to a cat show?
Yep.
They're awesome, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I want to take every one of them home.
Yeah. So Tim and I, and you'll appreciate this because you understand it. Tim and I feel like the old, maybe the later 90s.
80s, I say 80s ISCA show car people. Yeah. They now show cats. That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
Because they got their little outfits. Like some of them are still 80s with the fringe jackets because they get dressed up. They don't have to haul the car around. They don't have to work and load and set up. They put their cat in their SUV and off they go to the cat shows. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah. Yep.
Cats and cars. That's all we need.
All right. Well, do you have anything else that you have for Betsy? Betsy, do you have anything else for us before we wrap this up?
I just think you guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I do.
I absolutely think you're amazing, and I don't know what I would do without you. Like you have.
I feel the same about you. It's that Libra thing, We have that Libra vibe.
Yeah, you have become my rock, and I will be one of the first ones to say I was a little nervous because you and I are a lot alike.
We are.
And, I was like, how is this going to work? But it's been absolutely awesome.
Is that why she always scared me when I seen her at Good Guy shows?
Probably. What? Not that we are perfect. We just expect others to be perfect.
Well, you scare me.
Yeah, I know.
Gary used to always just say, I want everybody to do everything they can do. Just do everything you know how to do and let's make it work. And events are a lot of work. They're not for everybody. And we've seen people like that. It's like, they're not for everybody. And you can't fake your way through trying to get an event pulled together. It's not.
And there's not a handbook for it.
No.
There's not a handbook. No. I have this thing on my wall in here. It says, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Mm-hmm. It's like, so figure it out. Are you afraid of it? Why? Do you need to figure it out?
I'm not a country person. But Miley, you have that, when you put on your playlist, it's that whatever mountain song that Miley Cyrus sings, and a couple punk bands have done it either. That's a really good, because it's always looking for the other side, or the mountain moves, or whatever she says, and it's true. Yeah, you climb one mountain, there's another mountain, or you think you're getting to the top of the mountain, and there's a big ass ravine or an earthquake.
Yeah, it's always like just lean into the challenge. It's all going to be challenging. At times. I mean, that's where you have to rely on your team and just be resourceful and just dive in. I mean, if you mess it up, so what? We can course correct it.
Absolutely.
What is it that Hannah always says? First world problems. Isn't that what he said today like 3 times?
Yeah.
First world problems.
So on your phone, when somebody calls you, do you have a picture that comes up? What is your Adam picture?
Let's see.
And Adam knows this. Do you know what Carrie's picture is of Adam?
No.
He's doing the thumbs up, but his thumb is a penis.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I say it, it just cracks me up. I go, Adam, he was on speaker in the car, and he goes, yeah, I know what my picture is.
Yeah.
Again, there's no HR at this company. There's no.
Carrie's HR.
I've hardly ever, at all the places that I have worked places and been around, heard any coworkers talk to each other like you talk to Wally.
Because he dishes his out.
Oh, I know that. But Wally has that personality. Yeah. You can't talk to everybody like that, but Wally, you can. Because
Wally is my boss, but he's like my brother.
That's why I get along with him, because he's got a messed up sense of humor.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
So, no, he is not funny. If he listens to this, Wally is not funny. Don't tell him he's funny.
Michelle and I did a Facebook poll several years ago because Wally just thought he was the funniest thing ever. And Michelle says, you write their check. They're going to say you're funny. So we started this Facebook poll of trying to determine whether or not Wally was funny or not.
Oh my gosh.
I think it came out that people said he was funny, but again, it was because it was people
sucking up to him, or sucking up to him at the events. They want special treatment at the race or something. Yeah.
And now he just is behind the scenes, and everybody's like, "Who's Wally?"
Oh, Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, Betsy, I want to thank you for being a guest on the Strange Motion Way podcast. It was definitely awesome having you. This podcast is going to go up next Wednesday, so the week of LS Fest. So we'll get to maybe listen to it together.
Just play it on loop and registration.
There you go. We'll just play it on loop.
Oh my gosh. Just what everybody wants. Carrie and I on loop. Love it.
Yeah, right?
For sure.
So, no, they don't. Because they don't want Carrie, because I don't know if you've known this. You know that travel app on your phone called Waze?
Yeah.
Well, you can pay. I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to pay and get.
It's free.
Well, no, you could get like Snoop Dogg talking to you or whatever. They had all these celebrities. And then Carrie figured out that she could record her own voice in it. So it'd give you 10 seconds and it gives you what it's about. And it's like, there's a cop up ahead. So it'd be Carrie's voice, copper, copper, crime stopper, slow the F down. And we'd put it on when we're hauling these BMX kids to the races. And I'd look at them in the rearview mirror in the crew cab dually. And then the GPS is talking, and you see these teenage kids back there whispering. And then finally they're like, is that you, Carrie? So, yeah, it was the most annoying thing ever as a travel app. Your GPS in Carrie's voice.
So the bad part about it was that was back when I had a Google phone. Then I switched to an iPhone. I lost all of those recordings, but I've started recording them back again.
Oh my God!
Just so you know, because it is awesome.
There you go.
Every time Tim would listen to the GPS, he would be like, "Wait, what did it say? I missed that."
So you say everything twice.
So I say everything 2 or 3 times, so he gets it at least by the third time.
But I still don't. I still get lost because I don't want her telling me where to go.
Yeah.
No, that's a guy thing.
All right. So let's wrap it up. All right. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you guys so much.
We
so
didn't
fun.
get to see Enzo. No. Can you call for Enzo?
Enzo. I don't know where he's at. I turned on the fish videos downstairs. I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
He's been watching the fish videos on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to lie.
He's probably down there.
But he left.
He's went to bed already.
All right. Well, have a wonderful night. Try to get some rest, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'll see you on Zoom.
Right,
okay.
Awesome. The Strange Motion Way podcast, brought to you by
Royal Purple. Premium synthetic motor oils and high-performance chemicals have been designed to improve performance, provide long-term protection, and give you the confidence to push your vehicle to the limit. Royal Purple Premium Synthetic Motor Oils.
Hey welders, ready to upgrade your gear and save some serious dough in the process? The Miller Build with Blue Savings and Rebate Program has you covered. Find amazing deals and cashback rebates on a wide range of Miller products, from welders to plasma cutters and everything in between, all backed by our 3-year warranty. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take advantage of the Miller Build with Blue program now. Visit us online or stop by your nearest Miller distributor today to start saving.